Dear children, today I am going to explain the first poem, My Mother at 66 from Flamingo. In previous two videos, I introduced the poem, its author, and gave a brief summary of the poem. So today I'll explain it line by line. Actually, this poem is not written in the rhyming scheme. It has been written in a single sentence. As I have already told you in my introduction, that poetess Kamala Das, who comes to visit her parents' house, and after staying over there for a few days, she goes back to her house. While going back to Cochin airport, from where she had to pick up the flight, she was accompanied by her mother, who was sitting beside her. And her mother is an old lady. She is 66 years old. So, how painful she feels, a kind of agony and pain in the mind of the poetess when she saw the face of her mother, who was so frail, so weak and strengthless. She was not left with any vigor or strength. Just I am reading. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. Doors open-mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she thought away and looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. But after the airport security check standing a few yards away, I looked again at her when, pale as the late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. So here in this poem, for the literary device, the poet has used the figures of speech, simile, personification, repetition. So I'll tell you the simile, personification, repetition, symbols and images in the poem. And the message which this poem gives to the youth of today, that is, do not be so busy in fulfilling your desires and wishes that you forget to take care of your elderly parents when they need you the most. As I had already told you, that our parents, elderly people, they do not need any money from us. They only want that we must be beside them, we must be nearby them, we must talk with them, we must look after them in their difficult time, in their problems. They will be very happy. Now I am starting driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning. The poetess, after spending a few days at her parents' home, she was going back in the cars to pick up the flight from Cochin, and her mother was beside her. I saw my mother beside me, nearby her. Doze, open mouthed her face. She found her mother. She was just dozing. Generally, old people do like that. Her mouth was open. Her face was just like an ash. It was pale and wrinkled face, like that of a corpse. Now use of simile, like that of corpse, dead body, and realized with pain. When the poetess saw her mother in such a physical weakness, in such a miserable condition, she was full of agony and pain. I hope you understood these lines.